Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is you're watching this video. Thank you so much for clicking on my channel. My name is Ems and I'm here on YouTube from time to time doing beauty content, tutorials, reviews, beauty related stuff. Welcome to my foundation series. So if you have dry skin and you want to know what foundations work well, which ones don't, how they perform, all that jazz, then you are in the right place. So I have several videos of other foundations already. Today's video is going to be on the Born This Way foundation from Too Faced. I already have it on. Today's day one. What I typically do is I wear these foundations for a week straight, and then I do record 3 of the days. You can see how it wears throughout the day, and I kind of give my final opinions of it as the days go on. Today I have on the Born This Way foundation from Too Faced, and this is in the color warm nude. In case you're curious, I know some people like to also watch color matches to see what color they should get. So this is warm nude in Too Faced. I'm on a little break from work. I initially put this on before going in. So I put this on at 7:30 a.m., which you'll see the footage of that in a moment. It is 8:53 a.m. So let me zoom you in. I have not put any other makeup on my face except for concealer. So I have my concealer and this foundation on. That's it. No powders, no anything. So this is how it's looking. Again, it's been on about an hour and a half, a little bit less than an hour and a half. I did do this on both sides of my face. Some other foundation reviews I've done on just half my face, and therefore I've done 2 foundations at once to try to get you more information a little bit quicker in this foundation series. But this today is all over my face because I just couldn't think of any other foundations that I knew off the bat that I owned that were similar enough in consistency and color and vibe. So since I didn't really know what to put on the other side of my face, so that's why this foundation is getting its own foundation review versus a comparison to another one. Without further ado, let me go to the footage of me applying the foundation. Alright guys, I'm applying this Born This Way foundation in warm nude from Too Faced all over my face. I am going to put a decent layer on today, so I do want to make sure to get enough coverage. And of course I'm blending this out with my Cosmetics foundation brush. Wow, this shade is much lighter than I remember, but that's totally fine. It will do. Once you bronze and do all that, it looks perfectly fine. So anyway, let me continue this application. So full disclosure, guys, my skin is terribly dry today. So I am really hoping that the foundation doesn't make it worse, that it actually makes it better, because sometimes it does. But I don't know, for whatever reason, I woke up and I am extremely dehydrated, and I just am having one of those days that if I could peel my skin off, I would. It is so bad today. So I'm just letting you guys know, because that is so important with how your foundation feels, lasts, and looks. What kind of skin day you're having, you know? All right, it is just past 7:30 a.m. and here we go. It is 12 o'clock noon. So 4.5 hours. So I've had this foundation on for 4.5 hours. Honestly, the coverage is good. It's fine. My skin is so incredibly uncomfortable. I want you guys just to take a good look because the coverage is good. So coverage wise, it looks great. I just feel like it's really just sitting on top of my skin. And I don't want to blame the foundations at this point. The Makeup Forever HD stick kind of was sitting the same way. My Vanish stick was basically sitting the same way, and now this one is sitting the same way. So at this point, I feel like the common denominator is just the recent super dry cold weather and my skin. I feel like my skin is just so dehydrated that nothing feels comfortable on it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this Laura Mercier Flawless Skin Perfecting Water Mist, and I'm going to just dab my skin with it because I need some relief from the dryness. So this is a nice hydrator. I've had it for years. It's almost out. I'm just gonna spray it onto the sponge, and I'm just gonna really tap this into my skin because, oh my gosh, my skin feels like it just wants to crawl off of my face and run away. And you have dry skin, then you know what I'm talking about. Like, oh, just one of those days. I don't know what's going on. I just know that my skin feels so extremely gross today. And I don't think I can blame the foundation. I think it's just my skin. Okay, so this definitely didn't ruin the coverage. My skin just feels a lot better, so that was absolutely necessary. So I'll bring you in just so you can see it. You're really in there now. So I feel like the coverage is still good. I don't feel like I've done anything weird. Does that look weird on camera? I swear it doesn't look weird in person. So this is the foundation at 4 hours. We will check back in tonight before I go to bed. I'll let you know how I'm feeling about how it's laying, how it's settling, if the coverage is still good, or if after I did this at the 4 hour mark, if it made the coverage like go downhill. Because it's been a long time since I had to like literally layer a hydrating spray in the middle of a makeup day just to make my skin feel better. It's gonna be that kind of winter, I guess. I know it's fall, but I'm sorry, when it drops to 70 degrees or lower in California, in my mind, like, it's winter. That's what it is. Hello, we have made it to the end of trial day 1 on the Born This Way foundation. So it is... When you try that, that's what it is 8:02. Hello. It is 8:02 p.m. So this has been on about 12 hours. So this is the foundation at the 12-hour mark. Honestly, I think it would have done very well. So I guess let me explain the whole would have done very well. Right here, there's definitely texture, but let me tell you what made that texture happen because it didn't do it on its own. Other than that, honestly, it has faded very gracefully. The coverage is actually still on. It's obviously lighter coverage than earlier in the day, but it did not fade in any weird or odd way. Why this weird texture thing going on right here? And again, I don't know how well the camera is capturing it, but it's right here that it looks a little flaky and textured. But let me tell you guys, today was a really bad skin day for me. I just could not get my skin to feel hydrated at all. Like, it felt so dry. It was really, really uncomfortable feeling all day. And so at some point, I ended up taking this Ultra Repair Cream, Intense Hydration from First Aid Beauty. This isn't even like necessarily for your face, which normally I only use products that are like meant for my face, on my face. But this does work really well on dry skin overall. It's very moisturizing, but that's how bad my dry skin was irritating me that I just needed something super rich on it. But I didn't want to take the foundation off because this was day 1. I didn't want to start over and I'm stubborn. So I lightly took this and I dotted it all over my face, and I took my beauty sponge and I pressed it in, and it was after that that this weird separation in texture formed. So cannot blame that on the foundation. 100% that is a user issue. What I'm saying, after day 1, I don't think the foundation made my skin dry in any way. I just feel like it didn't sit properly on it because my skin was so dry, and it never felt comfortable because my skin was so dry. So only time will tell. So I am gonna, again, wear this foundation all week and check in with you guys. So that way I can truly give you guys a true review of not only how it feels, how it sits, how it lasts, how comfortable it is. But also, you know, if there's any adverse effects, like if I break out after using it for 8 days straight, things like that. So all those things are really important to know for foundation. So I'm here, I'm doing it for you guys. I'm paying attention as I'm wearing these. I'll be back with day 2 and 3 and my final conclusion in just a minute. Okay, so we are on day 2. I'm going to go ahead and prime with this Hangover RX primer, put the foundation on, a nice heavy layer. I really do love the way this coverage looks. Please ignore how pale I look. Obviously, it's a little bit lighter for me than it should be. But other than that, I really, really love the coverage. Let's see how it does today. So it's 9:59 p.m. So this has been on a really long time. Let me bring you in. Okay, so I'll bring you in just a little bit closer so you could see. This has been on a really long time and the coverage is actually really, really good. I would say that the coverage percentage from where it started to where it is probably, I would say it's 80%, honestly. I feel like I still have 80% of the coverage I did when I originally put it on, like, I don't know, 12, 13 hours ago. So that's phenomenal. That's really, really good. So that's actually very, very impressive. I'm thoroughly impressed. It's not doing anything funny. It hasn't really faded. I did not wear a mask basically almost at all today. I wore one for like 5 minutes. My concealer looks awful, but that's a different story. But yeah, no, the coverage is really good and it's not doing anything funny and it looks almost like it did 12 hours ago. In fact, I think it looks better because now it's not as matte and you guys know how I feel when I look too matte. My skin actually did okay today. It wasn't feeling super dry like it had been earlier this week. So that's definitely helpful, I believe. So yeah, I mean, trial day 2 is a success. I feel like yesterday it wore better than the first day as well. So it's getting progressively better. And so a lot of that definitely has to do with the fact that my skin is getting better too. I'm doing everything possible to get my skin to a place where it's comfortable. And I feel like that's definitely helping how this foundation is laying and performing. Hey guys, all right, day 3 for the Born This Way foundation test. I'm actually gonna use this Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer just because, I don't know, why not? I have it, I've never used it. I'm gonna put it where my pores are the biggest, so right around my nose, right around this cheek area. I feel like my pores are like super enhanced. Ooh, this feels really good. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did try to do a lighter layer of foundation today. Just kind of testing this out here. And let me just give you guys some 411 info. My skin has gotten significantly better this week. I've been doing everything possible to make it feel better so it wasn't as dry. And I did notice yesterday when I had the foundation on was definitely the best it has looked and felt in the past week. So basically what I'm saying is that for sure, if your skin is having issues, your foundation is going to have issues. I mean, I kind of already knew that, but just, you know, kind of to prove and reiterate that fact, my foundation looked so much better and felt so much better yesterday than it had the entire week. So that's a plus. I'm really hoping that today is the same situation, that it feels so much better and lasts so much better and just looks better upon application. Okay, so I feel like the Tatcha did kind of matte me out a little bit here. I don't hate it, but you guys know I like my skin looking not matte. I know I look like a crazy person right now, but that's not here or there. All right, so this is day 3. This is gonna be my final trial day on camera. I feel pretty comfortable with that because I have worn this foundation all week and I've seen what a difference it's made when my skin started feeling better during the week. So anyway, this is what it's looking like right now. It is 2:28. Hey guys, wanted to do a quick check-in because we're about to head out to the jacuzzi, so I just wanted to do this check-in in case I get wet, even though I don't plan to get my face wet. So it is 8:29, 9 p.m., which means the makeup has been on about 6.5, maybe 7 hours. Let me get you in. And honestly, I've worn a mask quite a bit, and it looks really, really good. I think it looking this good at this point also has to probably do with the primer and with the fact that my skin is just a million times better today than it was in the previous 2 trial days. Like, my skin is a million times better today. So that makes such a huge difference, guys. So if you're learning anything from this foundation trial, it's that taking care of your skin and making sure it's at its utmost before you even try to put makeup on is probably the best thing you can do in order to make your makeup look good. Hey guys, all right, we have made it to the end. I'm actually gonna save my final thoughts until tomorrow for you guys, but I am gonna zoom you guys in right now, and I'm gonna let you guys take a quick look to see how it looks at the end of the night. I have lost my phone and it is dead anyway. I believe last time I checked it was about 11 p.m. So it's had a really, really good wear day. Okay. So this is what it's looking like. All right guys, so tomorrow I will give you guys my final thoughts on this wear test for the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Good night. My final thoughts. I didn't want to do them last night, honestly, because I wanted to see the footage. I wanted to look at what you guys could see on the monitor, because sometimes there's certain things that you guys can see that I cannot see. Like, just amazing what cameras will capture that the naked eye might not. I have 100% concluded that it remains, again, a favorite foundation for dry skin. I feel like it lasts really well. I don't feel like it fades in any weird or odd way. It's comfortable, it stays well, it doesn't get blotchy, it does not sink into fine lines. I think it's a very good foundation, and I enjoyed it very much. Once I got my skincare underneath and my skin itself feeling better, the foundation actually looked good. So on a scale of 1 out of 10, I am going to give this foundation an 8.5. Definitely comfortable, definitely wears well, definitely, fades evenly and not odd. However, if you're going through a really, really hard dry skin issue type of situation like I was, it will sit on top of your dry skin and look a little bit cakey. There's something to note, but again, that has more to do with the texture and dryness I was suffering than the foundation itself. But I think that's a good thing to pass on to you guys anyway. All right, guys, thank you so much. Remember to spread love, not hate. Mwah. Bye.